So hello YouTube, welcome to another tutorial. In this tutorial I'll be teaching you how to edit a check, okay, using Paint app on your Windows PC or your Mac, okay. So first things first, you want to have your check sample which you want to edit, and obviously you need to open Paint app and then open the check sample in Paint app, okay. So you can use the tool at the bottom right to zoom in and zoom out, or you can use both your fingers on your laptop cursor pad to zoom in and zoom out, okay. So this is the Paint app, and you want to edit this check, okay. So this check comprises of several several information, of which the some are of distinct importance, okay, like the check number, the routing number, the account number, the fractional number on the check, the payee name, and of course the amount issued on the check, okay. So you see, when you want to do this check for whichever purpose it is, okay, you obviously want to change the date. You also want to edit the payee name, the check number, okay. You can see the check number and the payee name and the date, okay. So how do you go about this, okay? So using the Paint app, I'm going to show you how you would basically edit the payee name and also change the date on the check to match the current date, okay. So I'm going to show you how to do this correctly. So you need to choose this rectangular select tool, okay. It's also the select tool, rectangular select tool, okay. So what you want to do is basically you select a background just above the payee name, which you can already see there, okay. You see why I'm selecting the background just above the payee name is because that background is the closest, that matches the background right behind those wordings, okay. And once I cover it, I wouldn't want it to look like it was edited, okay. So you need to do this carefully, okay. So I've just selected the rectangular region, okay. After selecting, I'll click Control C rather on my keyboard, which will copy that selected region, and then I can click Control V for paste, or just go to the top left and click the paste icon, okay. So once you click it, you'll see a copy of that region which you selected, okay. Now you need to hover over it, okay, with your cursor until you can see those 4 arrows. Then you click and drag, okay. Now you drag it right over the original payee name, okay. You drag it right over the original payee name, okay. Now you can actually adjust it, you can extend it using the node. Now having done this, you can see I've covered it and it doesn't appear to look like anything was there before, nor does it look like the pattern is altered, okay. It looks very, very neat and clean, okay. So that is the goal, okay. So next I'm gonna go ahead and cover up the date, okay. But before that, I would basically just put in a new payee name. So I'm just using our sample name, okay. So ensure you go to the text tool, and then you probably should choose Arial for your font type, and the size would depend on the font sizes of the writings on the check, okay. So the font size should basically match that of the original payee name, okay. You understand my point, okay. So basically just want to use that text tool to create a new payee name. And so once you've created the new payee name using your text tool, you just basically drag it over to the original position of the original payee name. Okay, so see, I encourage you to, DM me for, private tutorials, because you see, when it comes to editing these checks, you can't only rely on Paint, you see, because the options on Paint are limited when it comes to like text. Personally, I would just cover up every text I want to change in Paint, and then I bring into Photoshop, and I use Photoshop to like create the new text and all that to ensure I match, the texture and everything. But regardless, you can use Paint to basically create the text. I just want you to, use the correct font size, and use the correct font. In most cases, Arial would be, an appropriate font. Okay, so right now I've just created a new pay name. Okay, you can see that. So that is basically taken care of. Okay, so yeah, that's how you basically do the editing. Like you can see, I'm just tweaking with the colors. I'm trying to like reduce the darkness of the text. Okay, I'm trying to reduce it, but this is our Paint. The options are limited. Okay, but regardless, okay, I've just created the pay name, and it is actually gonna work. Trust me, it will work. Okay, but if you're using it for like some serious work, you want to probably use Photoshop or Corel Draw to like create your new text. So you can see it still looks very much professional. I just replaced the pay name with Devon White. Okay, so yeah, we're making great progress, and I hope you're understanding everything I'm explaining. Okay, remember, be sure to DM me for private tutorials and editing, because you see, I won't be able to like change the check number on the bottom of this check, because it is written in MICR font. Okay, yeah, now you understand why I said Paint has limited options. Okay, but regardless, let's focus on what we're trying to do now. Okay, so you repeat what I did before. Okay, you select a region very close to your text that you want to cover. In this case is the date. Okay, so I've selected the region. Ctrl C for copy, and then Ctrl V, you paste. Okay, once you paste, you're gonna see a copy of the selected region. Hover over it till you get those 4 arrows, so you can drag, and then you cover the text. You can see now I've covered the text. You can't actually tell that there was a text there. You can see it just matches and blends in perfectly with the background. Okay, and now I'm gonna create a new date to match today's current date, or the date on which you want the check to be cashed or used. Okay, so my point is this: basically you just need to master how to use your Paint app. Okay, using your select tool, you can just select over regions, copy them, and then paste them, and then use them to cover text, or basically anything that you want to have edited. Okay, so remember, once again, DM me for private check editing tutorials. Okay, there are more advanced tools which will give you more options. Like I said, I am supposed to edit the check number right below this check. You can see the first one, 009438. That's the check number, but it's in MICR font. Okay, and unfortunately that can be done in Paint. Okay, so DM me for the private tutorials if you want to become a professional in check editing. Okay, so that being said, you can see that I've created a new date to match today's current date, and I've put that over the covered region, and now we have an edited check sample. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial. Okay, if you enjoyed the video tutorial, kindly hit the subscribe button, turn on post notification so that you do not miss my next video. Okay, and if you're new to check editing, and you want to learn from the basics, feel free to come to my DM, okay? Hit me up on WhatsApp, okay? Messages only, please. Just message me on WhatsApp and I will give you a full breakdown on check editing, okay? So thanks for watching. Bye.